Hello and welcome once again to the Thrifty Collector. Have a Beckett authorized services, a BAS, on 5 cards. They're the wrestling. I sent them 5 wrestling all-star cards from 1982, and I believe maybe 1 or 2 from 1983. And also got some through the mail returns. Actually, one through the mail return and one private signing. And the one private signing card is actually pretty neat. And I'll go more into that once we get going. But let's get into this box here. Oh, jeez. And I got these done from a guy on the Sports Collectors Board. I guess I'll give him an extra $1 so that he can put these things in protective sleeves. But anyways. So the first one is a 1982 Series A. It's Mil Mascaras, man with 1,000 masks, they used to call him, and also the man that would never sell for anybody. He was in one Royal Rumble and actually eliminated himself because he didn't want anybody to eliminate him. He insists upon putting an inscription. This was done in a private signing, and he insists upon doing an inscription of some sort. So we figured out have him put to amigo, my amigo, my friend. So thought that was kind of cool, rather than to Jim, to John, to Tom, Dick, and Harry. But I like the Beckett's, the authorizations. They're very, very thick compared to PSA and when SGC used to do it. But yeah, this is the mill, and then that's the back right there. The nice thing about Beckett is they put them in a little protective case inside. Now these cards are a little bit wider, and I want to say a little bit longer than the average cards. But this was done, like I said, in a private signing. It was good to get that. I like having the Mil Mascaras. So, good card to have. This one is the 1991 Chromie. These were made in, and I always forget if it's Venezuela or Argentina. There's a funny story behind this card. It took me 4 times to actually get this card signed. I had put on, when I sent it off initially with a 2-man power trip to get signed, I had, please have Scott sign, Scott Hall, hey yo. Well, I get the card back, and all Scott Hall put on there was, hey yo. So I went ahead and contacted them. They said, oh, I told Scott to put hey yo. I guess that's all he thought I meant to put. So I sent it back to him. He said, we're having another private signing in about a month. Send the card back to him. Get the card back. Still has just hey yo. So I contacted the guy there, and I said, hey, this card still just has hey yo. And he says, I can't believe it. Just another kind of oversight. So he sent it to a promoter, and the promoter went ahead and was supposed to get it done and didn't get it done. So third time, still just hey yo. And then finally, we went with a 4th time, is a charm, and got Scott Hall, the Diamond Stud, hey yo. So if you do see that, that is, and you're wondering why is that Scott Hall, when he first started in WCW, he was the Diamond Stud, part of the Diamond Mine with Diamond Dallas Page. So neat cards. They're pretty rare. These cards were just, it was just some kid's game. But it is the, like I said, it's the first one of Hall. If you're looking for the next one, I think the next one after that one is actually like the 1994 action pack when he was Razor Ramon. But nice thing about this, and I'm going to do a video here probably this weekend about the Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he was stunning Steve Austin in this. So these are real neat, the 1990 Chromie. Used to be able to pick those up for about 15 bucks. They're going higher and higher and higher. I actually have another one of these signed that I probably eventually will get slabbed. Another wrestler that's a favorite of mine, Angelo Mosca, King Kong. Excuse me, Mosca. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, and he actually played Notre Dame football. And then after he got done with Notre Dame, he actually went to the CFL and is a CFL Hall of Famer. Was a famous player there, and then got into wrestling after that. He is part of a very infamous video that went viral about 10 years ago. Him and Joe Cap, and he had put a real vicious hit on Joe Cap, and a lot of people said it was a cheap hit, and they were actually at a fundraiser for retired CFL players, and Joe Cap went to go give him a flower, Joe Cap being a native, and Moscow, who was in a wheelchair and had a cane, actually tried to hit him with the cane. Now, it looked like it was legitimate, but maybe Angelo was doing his, doing a little kayfabe from back in the day, so, but nice card. He's a great Notre Dame player, a great Canadian Football League player, and he was a great wrestler at the time. I've got a couple of these signed here. Has him at a Toronto, because I think he actually did. He actually still lives in Canada, but he's not doing well at all. You can't get anything signed from him anymore. I got a letter from his wife saying that he had real bad Alzheimer's or dementia, or both. And so yeah, so that's an Angelo Mosca. Next one is Killer Kahn. This one, Killer Kahn used to scare me to death as a kid. He actually, kayfabe broke, I'm going to say it was Andre the Giant's leg. Andre needed some time off, so they had Killer Kahn supposedly break his leg. Actually sent that to Japan to get signed. And it was, actually got it back pretty quick. It was under a month. And Killer Kahn went ahead and signed that for me. If you can see, that's Japanese right there. And then Killer Kahn. And that's the back of it. Had him in Upper Mongolia, but I believe he is from Japan originally. And then here's my Wildfire Tommy Rich. I got this signed at the Dothan Wrestling Reunion. Tommy Wildfire Rich, if you've never met him, is a hoot. He parties like it's 1989 still. We were going ahead and my friend and I, Brad, we were getting stuff signed by him, and we were actually paying him cash. And he had just eaten Subway, and he had these Subway napkins. And when we gave him the cash, he actually hid the cash underneath his Subway napkins. And Jerry Lawler was right next to him. Jerry Lawler is a very straight-laced guy, and you could tell he was just driving. Tommy was just driving Jerry nuts the whole day, and he kept like slapping Jerry on the shoulder, saying, "Jerry, can you believe they're paying me cash? They're paying me cash." He just went on, and I think Lawler looked for any reason to get out of there. A nice guy, though. Really nice guy, but you could tell Tommy is still Tommy. You know, he's still that wide-eyed Southern boy ready to party. I hope with the money that we gave him, he was able to get that 87 Camaro or Firebird up and going, you know, put some White Snake in the tape deck. But here's the back of it right here, of the thing there. So this was the only one that I actually got done in person. The other ones were either mail-aways or private signings. Now I did get one through the mail and then one private signing. So I'm going to go ahead and open them up. This one is from California. Let's see. It's Jim Barnett. And he put a little sticky note on there. He put his favorite game was Game 6 of the NBA first round 1973 Warriors-Bucks. So I'll have to actually look and see. Maybe he got a bunch of points in that game. So it's kind of neat he wrote that. And that was his favorite game of all time. Game 6. Maybe that's what got him to the next round of the playoffs. And then the next card is a Tom Orr. Let's make sure I say that. Yes, it was. This one was a Tom Orr. This is actually a Pete Rose private signing that he had. I'm going to pull this out here. But as you can see, that's a Pete Rose. Now this is a reproduction card. There's kind of a little bit of a neat backstory about this, though. in the 1980s, somebody had actually reprinted up a bunch of Pete Rose rookie cards, which is funny if you think about it, because back in the 80s, it was probably worth about $150, if that, in mint condition. But they printed up a bunch of them. The FBI went in and actually raided them, and they went ahead and stamped them. One counterfeit and one original reprint. That's how you know that it's the FBI cards. I actually got this card maybe about 9 months ago for $3 delivered. I've actually seen them now being sold up to $50 for some reason. You know it's sad when people are paying $50 for a reprint card. Maybe for the fact that it is kind of unique being the original FBI counterfeit card. But when I had asked Tom, because now Pete charges a premium for his rookie cards to be signed, I said, it's not a rookie card, it's actually a reprint. So instead of paying $200, I just paid the $35 to get that signed. So kind of a neat card, kind of a neat history behind the whole thing. I know Al Weiss, I believe, is still alive. I know Ken McMullen is still alive. I don't know if I would even bother to get that done. I probably would just send this into for another Beckett signing, or not another Beckett signing, but another Beckett slabbing, just get it done. I don't know if they'd even put FBI reprint on it, because there's really no way to tell them besides the stamps. But just a real neat card. You can't even touch the Pete Rose cards. They're so ridiculously expensive now, so wanted to just go ahead and share that with you. Real happy to have that one, because like I said, I think it's real cool with the original reprint counterfeit. And if you can get one at a good deal and get it signed, you know, it's a lot better, a lot more thrifty to go that route. Yeah, it won't be worth as much, but still got a good backstory to it. So once again, we got the private signing Pete Rose. We got the Jim Barnett, whose favorite game was the NBA first round in 1973, Warriors of the Bucks. Got a little Tommy Wildfire Rich, Killer Kahn, Angelo Mosca, the Diamond Stud, and Mascaras. So thanks a lot, guys, and have a great night. And remember, as always, when they're trying to press you at that thrift store or at that card store to buy that $300, $400 box of cards, remember, just stay thrifty and just say no. Good night.